Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. So let's get into today's show here. So as you guys know, when the Sixers made the final acquisition to pick up LeBron James, a lot of people were twerking it up all over the place. And a lot of those people were on ESPN. Let's just call a spade a spade. I remember I even seeing LaShawn McCoy. This is the greatest starting lineup of all time. People were like really excited about this. LeBron fans are excited about it. They think that this guy is going to win a championship. They like, a lot of people were just riding that wave, right? A lot of people riding that wave. But then I saw something, and I posted about this. What was it? Just today, as a matter of fact, on my X account, and it was a news. It was a quote rather from Tyrese Maxey, where Tyrese Maxey was essentially saying that there can't be any egos on this team. Actually, Mitch sent it to me, but I posted about it on my X, and I just want to put it up here. It says, "No one on this team can have an ego." Tyrese Maxey on the Philadelphia 76ers with LeBron James and Jaylen Brown. And I wrote, good luck with that, laughing my ass off, right? Good friggin' luck with that without having any egos on this team. Good luck with it. But then I came across a video today, and I want to give credit where it's due. I saw Tural talking about this earlier. I think it was today. Yeah, I think it was today or yesterday, but one of those days, but he spoke about it. And apparently, Brian Windhorst, who is a LeBron supporter and, was up there with them twerking it up when the news first came out, is now saying that he's not sure that the Philadelphia 76ers are going to be all that good. And he doesn't even think that they could win even over 50 games. I kid you not. I kid you not. So we want to play the video here for you guys. Take a look at it. And then we're going to come back and laugh together.
Dad, I'm just going to say, in the last 9 years, you know how many times LeBron's teams have gone over 50 and a half?
Last 9 years. That's interesting. How many?
Last 9?
So basically the Laker year and the last year in Cleveland, Laker tenure in the last year in Cleveland.
What, once?
Twice.
Oh.
Once was 52.
Wow.
Now, the COVID years, they were shortened, but even if you go out the percentages. So, LeBron hasn't been on powerhouse regular season teams for a while now. Again, he is making the minimum. He is not going to necessarily be the driving force night in and night out that he has been. And I agree with your sentiment, McMahon.
Wait, they won 53 last year.
Yeah, he could go back farther.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's only the second time.
Wow.
I'll just say that I think they can be an excellent team and very formidable and win 48 games. Because I think 48 wins in the Eastern Conference is going to be a great season this year. So I'm going to go under. I think it's just a safe, because you don't know about Embiid, you don't know about health and all that other stuff. I think it's just safe to go under. I think probably going under on the Sixers has probably been a profitable position, frankly. But I don't say it controversially. I just think and not only that, like LeBron's teams, when he's changed teams, they've tended to get off to slower starts. When he went to Miami, they started 9-8. They obviously ended up fine, but when they went back to Cleveland, they started 19-20. When he went to the Lakers, I mean, again, I don't want to make it sound like all of these are all equal, because I know this is a different situation. But went to the Lakers, they missed the playoffs the first year. So learning to play with LeBron takes a while.
So you saw the video there. Let me read through some of the comments. Oh my God, they already have this one guy with a LeBron Philadelphian. Definitely agree with Wendy here. Could see them starting slow and starting to peak late in the season. Another guy put, absolutely, bro. Another guy says, LeBron took Cleveland his second stint to the finals and lost because he was missing his two best teammates. Miami year one was a young LeBron trying to let D-Wade cook when defense loaded up on him. LeBron fans are such clowns, man. Lakers were trash and injured, okay? F out of here. Philly headed to the finals. All right. Another person said, why y'all talking games won instead of winning percentage, knowing 2 of his best Lakers seasons were shortened? That's another person. Another guy said, how many times did LeBron go to the finals when he played on an Eastern Conference team? Okay. Another person said 38 and 44 is tough when you play 82 Super Bowl games. Another guy said, I can see a slow start, but this also isn't Bron's team. There's talent out there. Ass. Another person said narrative baiting at its finest. So what are my thoughts here? And Raw brought up a very good point. He said, last year, Jaylen Brown and the Celtics were able to win over 50 plus games. And his second best player on that team was essentially Derek White. But now on this team, you're saying they can win even 50 games? And Jaylen Brown is still on this team? With Tyrese Maxey? With VJ Edgecombe? With LeBron James? With Joel Embiid? What I think Bryant is doing here is that he's lowering the expectation. This is what usually happens. Let me tell you guys what happens. Y'all know it, but let's just go through it. And every season, the LeBron media starts off with extreme, oh, LeBron going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, right? Then as time slowly goes on, reality begins to set in that it's not going to work out the way that they thought. And when it reaches that point, they then begin to identify who to blame. Is it going to be the coach? Is it going to be one of his teammates? And that's what's going to happen this year if things don't work out. We all know it. We all know that at one point or another this year, someone will stand up and say on TV, the Philadelphia 76ers don't have enough help, or they're too top heavy, or they don't have a bench. Just wait for it. And then guess what his fans are going to say? Come on, man. He's 42 years old. Come on, man. Every team in the NBA has depth. What do you expect them to do? Come on, man. What you want them to do? That's what's going to happen. This is a season that I am really looking forward to. I haven't looked forward to a season this much in a while. Obviously, I'm looking to see how them hooligans over there in San Antonio going to do with the, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. I'm going to see what the Knicks are going to do this year as well. Curious about that. I want to see how well the Lakers perform. Absolutely. But, man, I can't wait to see this one right here. LeBron fans, man. Yo, this dude better not lose, man. This dude better not lose, bro. It's going to be a rough outing for y'all, man. If this team turns into an ass team, bro, it's a wrap for y'all. Y'all getting blasted, bro. Like it's not going to be it's going to be bad for y'all, man. So there's a lot to look forward to, you know what I mean? As you guys know, during Kobe Bryant's memorial service, we saw Michael Jordan speak. And it was the first time that the world, I think, really saw Michael Jordan in that state. Because for those of you who remember, Michael Jordan was just like, he was crying uncontrollably. And it was at that time a lot of people began to realize just how much of a connection that MJ and Kobe Bryant had. Prior to that, we heard about it, but we never knew it was to that extent, for the man to be crying to that extent. But it shows you how Jordan felt that Kobe Bryant was a very, very special person. And think about this. Kobe rushed his decision to come out of high school to go in the NBA just to play against Michael Jordan. He wanted to play against Michael. That's how much he looked up to the guy and wanted to compete against him. And Jordan actually ended up respecting it. Jordan actually embraced Kobe Bryant, where most people, when you have a young person trying to like come at you, most people get defensive and they don't want to share that information. They gatekeep. But I think Jordan saw a bit of himself in Kobe, right? And he basically opened his arms up to him, and it became a big brother, little brother relationship that we all know about today. So I was going through X, and a video was recommended to me on X. And it was essentially of Michael Jordan, I think at one of his camps, number of years ago, where they were asking him what player would he pick to represent the future of the NBA. And to no one's surprise, the person that he picked was one Kobe Bryant. So what we want to do now is play the video, listen to what Michael Jordan said, and we'll continue on with the show.
I've been watching the sport for many years, yeah, and you're a big hero of mine. Yeah. What current top players, the players that are in the sport at the moment, who do you rate? Who do you see as being the next big thing?
I mean, obviously you have to look at LeBron because of his youth, and Carmelo Anthony, and Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul. Those are all like the prop for the future. But if I had to pick what player right now represents the future, it would have to be Kobe Bryant with the way that he plays the game of basketball. I have high regards in terms of how he focused on the game. He works on his basketball skills. Each and every year he gets better. And these kids are going to continue to get better. And hopefully the evolution of basketball is just going to keep growing. And with the way the Europeans are playing, it's pushing us.
So you heard what MJ had to say. What are my thoughts? You know, I think that Jordan had no problem. It's strange. Usually, when you compete or you establish yourself in any field, you usually don't want to be challenged, right? And the thing that usually happens is when you notice someone that really has a shot and kind of knocking you off that pedestal, you try to like either push them away or, you know, shun them or, you know, just stay away from them, or in some cases even work against them behind the scenes. Some people do it. In the case of MJ, for him to even say in that moment, Kobe Bryant, knowing that Kobe was on a pursuit to catch him. Now, I don't know when that audio came out. I'm assuming that was before Kobe won his fourth and fifth ring. I'm assuming. I don't know. It shows that there was something about Kobe's game that he truly respected, that even if this guy one day would be able to surpass me in championships, it's okay because he's playing basketball for the right reasons, which is for the love of the game. And I think that that's something that him and Jordan shared, this passion for basketball. I think they both shared that. And obviously, Jordan knew that Kobe mimicked him, right? Wanted to be him. So in a way, him saying that, you know, Kobe's the future, it's almost like him projecting himself into the future. Because when you think of Kobe, you're going to think of MJ. So his fingerprints will be there as well, right? So I think that also played a role. The other thing is, I think there's a short list of people that MJ respected in his career, and I think Kobe was one of them. Very short list. Look at the Last Dance docuseries. How many people showed up? Contemporary basketball players. It's only one. Think about that. There was only one person that Jordan said, be in my documentary, apart from people that he played with and former rivals. It was Kobe. You remember, Kobe Bryant was in the Last Dance docuseries. No one else was. No one else was. That spoke volumes. And Jordan, for as competitive as he was the only, Kobe was the only person I ever heard Jordan say could beat him. He was the only person. And he said it in a joking way. He said, you know, because he steals all of my moves, right? Kind of like a little jab at him. But that just goes to show you the respect he had for the guy. That's why even when they recently talked to Michael Jordan with NBC Sports, with Mike Tirico, he brought up Kobe Bryant. He brought him up. And of course, maybe the anti-Kobe people out there won't like that or whatever. I'm sure the fact that he had that Colorado case certainly worked against him, especially when it came to, I think, MVP voting. Because, like, come on, man, you can't vote the MVP of your league, and this guy had this kind of. I think that also kind of played into it. But Kobe kind of redeemed himself towards the tail end of his career, and you can make an argument he was bigger towards the tail end of his career than he was when he started. I mean, towards the tail end, like in 2010, 11, 12, 13, he was an icon at that point. You saw what his retirement was like. It was just insane. So I thought this was a pretty interesting video because it kind of flies in the face of a lot of the nonsense we hear from people in media that speak about Kobe Bryant. They'll mention other people and all. Well, Jordan could have mentioned anybody. He picked Kobe. He could have literally mentioned anyone, but he went with him. I'm really looking forward to this upcoming season, and one of the reasons is because of some of the doubters that have existed out there against the Los Angeles Lakers. There's some people that literally feel because LeBron left, this team is going to fall off a cliff. They're going to just sink into the Pacific Ocean out there, right? It's going to be the end of them, and they're never going to be able to bounce back. And I've been out there, I've been saying it on the internet, I've been saying it on these shows, saying it on this platform, that I believe that the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be a top 4 seed in the Western Conference next year. And I think they're going to have a better overall record than the Philadelphia 76ers. Some people have thought, oh, man, you must be trying to rage bait, man. Ain't no way the Lakers going to be this good, man. Stop with your nonsense, blah, 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 blah. Let me give you guys a quick overview of the Los Angeles Lakers current roster, okay? Let me show you the roster. So right now, this is from NBA.com itself. We have Cameron Carr, Luka Doncic, Quinn Grimes, who's one of the latest additions, Jane Hardy, Bronny James, Arthur Kaluma, Walker Kessler, Dalton Knecht, Jake LaRavia, Kevin Looney, Sandro, and Chris Manning. Oh, and then it goes even further. You have AK or Ak Okereke. We have Austin Reeves, Colin Sexton, Matisse Thybulle, really good pick up there. We have Ado Thiero and Jared Vanderbilt and Zaire Williams, right? But there's been a particular name that's kind of been floating out there for a few weeks now, and that name is Jonathan Kuminga, right? Jonathan Kuminga has been one of the players that has been linked to the Los Angeles Lakers. And as you guys know, Jonathan Kuminga had his issues with the Golden State Warriors. Things didn't really pan out the way he wanted things to work, and he ultimately ended up leaving the Warriors, and then he went to go play with the Atlanta Hawks last year. And I think in the regular season, if I'm looking at his numbers correctly, he played in 16 games here. He scored 12 points on 47.6% shooting, 34.6% from the field, 7% from the free throw line, while getting you 5 rebounds, 2.1 assists, with a box plus minus of 6.3. 7-foot wing player, 6'7" wing player. And I'm like, a player like this would be a boon for the Los Angeles Lakers, because then you would have some size on the perimeter. You have some athleticism, someone that can play some defense. So I've been kind of like hopeful that the Lakers will land him. And then I came across a post from Basketball Forever that really got my hopes up high. So let's put up the post here from Basketball Forever. It says this: Jonathan Kuminga's odds to join the Lakers have soared after Peyton Watson was traded to Cleveland. He now has a 54% chance of playing for the Lakers, according to Polymarket Sports. Trading is risky. 100% loss can occur, right? And then it says that. Here, look. I think this is the piece that the Lakers need to try to add and try to see if they can insert in that starting lineup. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I definitely think that adding a player like this would definitely help them. Right? I think it would help them, especially on the perimeter. Obviously, we don't know what their starting lineup is going to be right now. We did lose one of the key contributors last year and glue guys on the team and Swiss Army knives in Marcus Smart, who played very well in the playoffs. I think he went to go sign with Houston, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Houston he went to go play with? Oh, yeah, I think it was Houston. He went to go sign with Houston. So they're going to lose their best perimeter defender. Looking at the roster right now, I would say their best defenders are Walker Kessler and Jared Vanderbilt. So I think getting a guy like this could potentially help. Obviously, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I think this is good news. I think it's good news, and I think that the Lakers have a chance of potentially adding him to the roster. Something told me to just search some quick Bronny James news, right? Because I saw a video that was on the internet of his younger brother, Bryce James, and some people were saying that, they expected him to be a better player, blah, 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 blah. So then I just said, oh, what's any news from Bronny, right? Last time we checked on Bronny, the news we were hearing was that there's a potential of him being traded to the Philadelphia 76ers. So when I did some research today, I came across a pretty interesting article from Yahoo Sports and Heavy.com, and I want to read the headline. It says, Bronny James is put on notice after LeBron's Laker departure. And I'm like, what's this about? Well, I read it, and I think a lot of you guys are going to be interested in this, especially Laker fans watching this show. So let's get straight into this article here. It says, heading into his third season in the NBA, the spotlight remains on Bronny James of the Los Angeles Lakers, especially after his father, LeBron James, left in free agency. The younger star was a controversial selection, being picked by the Lakers 55th overall in the 2024 NBA draft. And while his father is no longer on the team, the pressure is mounting on the 21-year-old to prove himself as a rotation player in the league. James spent time back and forth from the NBA and the G League, and though his name has been floated in trade rumors, he appears to be staying in Los Angeles for next season. As two writers recently explained, he has a big task in front of him with the Lakers next season. It says, writing from LakeshowLife.com, I can't pronounce his name. You have to forgive me. Tab Bronny James is one of the players on the Lakers roster with the most to prove this upcoming year. Through his first two NBA seasons, in just 69 total games, James has averaged 2.7 points, 0.6 rebounds, 1.1 assists on 37.4% shooting. But now, under the shadow of his father, the son of one of the league's all-time leading scorers, has greater expectations than at any other point in his career. There are many still out there who do not believe in the young Lakers guard, that the young Lakers guard is NBA caliber player. Some will still argue that his roster spot is being wasted, he wrote. The Lakers clearly believe in Bronny to a fair degree. They did not budge to move him in the wake of LeBron's departure from the team. Bronny would only cost the Lakers around $2.5 million to keep him around for the 2027-28 season. Even so, they could easily just use that money in roster spot for a vet minimum player. That puts pressure on him to make his case. Before his father left the Lakers, the team guaranteed the third year of James's rookie contract, meaning that he's still on the payroll regardless of whether he's on the first team, playing on the G League, or waived. With that, and the fact that the Los Angeles Lakers didn't trade him to Philadelphia or any other team, it likely means that they want to see what they have in the guard this season. The NBA is a brutal business, and if James doesn't perform, his time in the league could be cut short, especially as the Lakers share championship hopes this upcoming season. Excuse me, my page was kind of like freezing a little bit, so that's why had some hiccups there. Anyway, so you have that there. Now I just want to go over the Lakers roster quickly. We're getting this from NBA.com. Okay, so currently they have Cameron Carr, Luka Doncic, Quinn Grimes, who's one of the offseason acquisitions that they picked up. You have Jaden Hardy, Bronny James, of course, Arthur Kaluma, Walker Kessler, who you guys know of, Dalton Knecht, Jake LaRavia, Kevin Looney, Sandro, and Chris Manning. Now, I want to get to the part where they're talking about Dalton Knecht, because Dalton Knecht is also on the roster. Earlier this summer, we did a show where one of these writers was essentially saying that Bronny, he would give him the leg up over Dalton Knecht, that he's been a better player than Dalton Knecht. I 100% disagree, but I want to give you guys my macro standpoint about this team. For those of you who've been following the channel, you guys know that I've been a Laker fan since the early 2000s. And this is going to be the first time in 8 years I can actively come out here and actually support the Los Angeles Lakers. And the way I'm looking at this thing is, look, what are we doing to ensure that we give ourselves a fighting chance to win the championship? That's it. So there's no sentimentality with me. Last year, you had a lot of people that shied away from discussing the fact that Bronny was on the team. They didn't want to talk about it. That's their business. Some are Laker fans, some are / LeBron fans. Look, my thing is the Lakers should only have players on their roster that they feel can contribute immediately and have the potential to contribute to the team in the future. Or if they want to view them as a tradable piece in the future. If you're not filling any of those categories, there's no reason for you to be on the team. It is that simple. I know some people can argue, oh, Bronny brings some eyeballs. No. What brings eyeballs is winning. Look no further than what the New York Knicks did. Winning brought the eyeballs. And if the Lakers are all about winning, you need to trim the fat. If it was up to me and I had to choose between Dalton Connect and Bronny, I'm going with Dalton Connect for a few reasons. Number one, I just think he's a better overall player. Number two, he can actually shoot and stretch the floor, so he provides shooting. If you look at Bronny, he's an undersized guard. So if he's not going to be an exceptional point guard at the playing at the point guard position and be a great defender at his size, there's no reason for you to be on the floor because he can't shoot. So if he's not going to be able to lock up defenders and come out there and actually run the offense properly, there's no reason. Dalton Connect can run the break. He can shoot threes. He knows how to move within an offense. So at the very least, you may not say he's a player you want to keep long term, but if I had to make the decision between those two players, that's what I would keep now. Here are my sincere thoughts about this. Yes, I believe that the Lakers do in fact want to see what Bronny has, but I think that there's also this bit of reluctance, like, for instance, if they wanted to waive him because he's LeBron's son. I believe that may play in the psyche of some of these people in the upper management. Now, of course, we got to see they have a new ownership group that just came in with Josh Iger and what am I saying? Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. So we'll have to see if they care about that relationship or not. But for me, man, yeah, you got to prove it, man. You got to prove it because it's about winning at this point. It's not about your favorite player's son, who nobody cares. It's about winning. If you're not adding to that, then you don't need to be on the team.